where visionaries, entrepreneurs, and artists dream, transform, and create. Rae TV. You are listening to Miracle Moment, and I am your host, Rae Irelan. This is where trailblazing, truth-telling, provocative, and successful entrepreneurs and creatives from around the globe share their number one miracle moment that changed everything, pointing them in the direction of igniting epic soul alignment in their life and business. These renegade souls will show you the behind-the-scenes, real-life magic on how to create a world-class lifestyle of true success. I am so glad you're tuning in. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Miracle Moment. And for this week, I really just wanted to connect and share about some things that I've been sharing on social media recently. These are some big life changes that are happening, and I wanted to just share authentically from a place of talking about transition, talking about circumstances and life changing, talking about really just being you within your personal brand and business, and showing up and just kind of giving you all the update a little bit deeper than maybe what I've shared on Instagram and Facebook and all of that. So if you're here, if you've been listening to Miracle Moment, I know you're in my world, you know some of my values around leadership and what it looks like to create business, create art, create impact. And one thing that I haven't shared much about is about creating family and family dynamics. And so, okay, I'll just break the ice here in case you haven't seen or we're not connected on social media. But here is the update. I am pregnant and I have a little baby coming earthside in some months. Our baby is due around beginning of November, and just we are so thrilled and excited. And the way that I shared it on social media, I said, guess what? I am in love, deeply in love. I am pregnant and I am moving. So everything, all those pieces of grounding fundamentals in life, who we're with, who we're in deepest relationship with, where our homes are at, what's happening with our physical bodies. Basically, all of this has changed so drastically for me this year in the last, 5-6 months. And it really has shifted so much within my business and how I'm showing up as a leader, especially as a feminine leader, because family is actually one of my top values. I come from a beautiful family, and I also have seen, all the different family dynamics, and family has been something that I've been just dying to create. Like my entire life, I've dreamt of being a mom. So this is really such a time of manifestation and seeing something that I've craved for so long. And I will share, since I was a little girl, I always thought that I would get pregnant at 30, and I'm 30. I just turned 30 in April. And it really was not something I was planning. Even though I say I thought that this was going to be the time, since I was a young girl, that's because of some ancestral lineage stuff. So basically, my Nana, my mom's mom, had her at age 30. My mom had me at age 30. So growing up, I just thought oh yeah, once I'm 30, I'm going to have my first baby. Well, it was about, I think 2 years, even a year ago, I just was in between partnerships and just didn't feel like I had found my person yet to create that with. And so I kind of gave up on that dream, gave up on that vision, and just thought, okay, well, I'm also not ready. I want more time to grow my business, grow my life, build the lifestyle, all of that stuff came up. And so I decided, okay, well, let me wait until I'm in my mid 30s. That will feel better. But sometimes we just know. And I think it's such a testament to intuition as well. And when I met Sammy, I remember thinking, okay, he's not my type, but he would make a really awesome dad. But I'm also not interested. I'm going to wait a while. So let's just push him away. And so that lasted a whole, like 6 months. But we started dating just in the new year and just decided I have to step into this. I have to lean into this because he holds such beautiful qualities that I resonate with. And so very quickly, I saw someone else write this and I just laughed. I resonated so well with it, which was, we got in love in the beginning of the year and then we fell pregnant very quickly after. And it was totally a surprise, totally a shock. And it just felt like all of a sudden my entire world flipped because family, and especially creating my own family, was not my focus. And, I've been sharing on Miracle Moment, like these beautiful miracles that happen in our lives and how sometimes when they first happen, we don't recognize them as being a miracle. And that was my experience with finding out the news. First of all, I was 100% in, being someone who had experienced an abortion in my early 20s. I knew that just wasn't going to be the way I wanted to move forward. And luckily, Sammy was on board and he was like, let's do this. I'm 100% in. Let's get to know each other through this, and nice to get to know you for the rest of our lives because we are committed, to being the best parents first and foremost. And so we just stepped in fully. But I just remember the first few months, going through the first trimester was not a piece of cake. It was a lot of self-doubt, a lot of criticism, a lot of thinking, oh, this isn't happening in the order I thought it would. I thought I would take time and move slower, and just all this self-criticism that just boiled right to the surface. And I think this happens a lot of times when there's a lot of change happening suddenly that maybe we didn't, or we don't think we chose. And so it was so interesting to experience this throughout the springtime and really not share it on social media as well. It just felt like, okay, this is something for me to go through in this sacred initiation. But what I needed to do was bring out all my tools, all my resources. I leaned into community. I leaned into my therapist and mentors and my family and those closest to me, and took out every single tool that I have been utilizing and building and, sharing on all my platforms about self-care and trusting your intuition and listening to your guides and taking risks. I'm such a risk taker, a skydiver, surfer, like traveler, but this just felt so terrifying. And it really humbled me to remind me of my humanness, that sometimes we get in over our heads, or we think we're in over our heads. And so these last few months have just been this unraveling process of learning how to, the word that I want to say is cope, but I don't think that really holds the sacred essence, because it's beyond coping with. It's about stepping into, it's about being initiated into a new way of being, a new level of responsibility and sovereignty and partnership, together, connected, united. So it has been a wild ride through finding out about pregnancy. Sammy and I both got an offer to move up to LA, and we just decided to go for it. We're like, everything else is changing so fast, like may as well. So it has been just such an incredible time to get to know myself, get to know each other, and also take a look at business and what am I creating and building, and is it still aligned with these new values that are shifting very rapidly? Definitely calling in more structure and systems, and being very strategic in business as I put myself first and foremost, as I put my body first and foremost, as I put my new baby child coming into this world first and foremost. So it has been a wild ride. I want to share with anyone that is going through a big transition, and just to be that voice that says, feel the feels, have the tears. There were so many days through my first trimester. I mean, it felt like the whole first 3 months I was just either crying, sleeping, or like in a ball, nauseous, just wondering, like, am I making the right choices in my life? Am I doing what's on my path? Am I doing what's aligned? And sometimes when we're going through such big changes, it's hard to see how much of a yes it is. If you've been putting in the work, if you've been connecting to your dreams and your visions of what you're really wanting, sometimes it comes in a different package, but it's being delivered to you because you've actually been asking for it. So I just want to be that voice of hope, that voice of inspiration for anyone that's going through some big, massive changes and transitions, and someone that's maybe doubting some of those pieces and doubting if you can do this. And this is me at, let's see, I'm about 4.5, 5 months into this pregnancy. So I really feel like I've stepped through the other side, and I'm witnessing how much this pregnancy experience is very, very similar to plant medicine, where you may use the medicine and you're with the shaman and you take it in, and then it just starts to kick in and you're like, oh no, what did I get myself into? But it's like, you've already taken the medicine, you've already set those intentions, you've already called it in, and here's the truth of it. And through that truth, although it may be uncomfortable, although it may be difficult or hard, and it should stretch you, it should push you beyond your comfort zone. That's how we really grow and expand into that next level version of ourselves. And there's this like peak that we get to find where we can see that, and we look behind and we say, oh my goodness, I just walked up that mountain. Or, oh my goodness, I just did it. I just really put myself forward and out there. And then you have the whole journey of, continuing. And so that's kind of where I feel like I am now, where I'm like, wow, okay, we're in this, we're in the acceptance, we're in the appreciation, we're in the miracle of what is happening. So this is my announcement on Miracle Moment of my little miracle coming to the earth. And I'm sure that I'll be sharing more about this transition, on social media. So make sure to follow me there, get connected with me via Instagram, Facebook. And I'm really sharing the behind the scenes, now that it's open, now that it's public, and what's happened, because there's so much transformation that I've gone through. And I want to kind of push the rewind button for you all to learn through this, because honestly, this was has been one of the most challenging years I've experienced since like these deep dips that I've been in, like my suicide attempt, like my struggling with eating disorders. Like it brought me back to my knees almost daily. So I want to utilize all the lessons, all of the wisdom that I gathered through this experience and share it with you all. So follow me, connect with me. Let me know if you're a mom. Let me know if you're wanting to become a mom or a parent, because this is a whole new journey that's unraveling with us here on Miracle Moment. I'll see you on the next episode, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks for checking out this video. Subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't yet, so you can stay up to date for new episodes coming out soon. And remember to witness and acknowledge the miracles and magic in every moment. This is Rae Irelan, and I'll see you soon.